Scenes in this video may contain graphic images that some may consider disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I need your help. I am currently hiding deep in the Appalachian Mountains because I made a suckling pig for Christmas dinner, and now I have a radical group of vegans trying to assassinate me. I need your credit card number and the silly little 3 numbers on the back in order to survive. All jokes aside, I've never actually cooked a whole animal like this before, and the fact that the suckling pigs are usually slaughtered at an average of 4 weeks old is a little off-putting. But I know this is a huge delicacy in the Spanish culture, and my father wanted this for Christmas, so I thought I'd at least honor this little guy by making him the centerpiece for Christmas dinner. We got this specific pig from Wild Fork Foods, who imports them from Spain, fully gutted and cleaned. Like I've said, I've never made a whole animal like this before, but I do know that brining is a must-do to get flavors deep into the meat. I made a brine with 5% salt and 3% sugar by weight, as well as a heavy pour of apple cider vinegar. I also had a bunch of aromatics like garlic, onion, fennel, and clove, as well as some orange and apple. You want to bring everything to a light simmer to extract most of the flavors from the ingredients, and then let it cool before putting the animal in the brine. I left the pig in the brine for about 2 days in the refrigerator, not for any specific reason other than that I started this on Christmas Eve. On the day of cooking, I took the pig out of the brine and used the cleaver to break the ribs closest to the spine so I could splay out the carcass as evenly as possible. Just as an aside, the cleaver I use is also very special to me, as it's been passed down in my family for about 2 generations. It's a hefty 2-pound cleaver, and I recently got it restored, and now I consider it a family heirloom. After processing, I scalded the skin with boiling water to ensure that the skin would get crispy during roasting. I did end up scoring the skin as well, but to be honest, where the skin was scored, it actually ended up less crispy than the areas that weren't scored. I didn't have a roasting pan that was big enough for this, so I had to make a makeshift one by using a smaller pan and a toaster oven grate. In hindsight, I probably should have put some water in this little pan because it was a pain in the ass to clean up afterward. I put the pig in the pan, and then I realized that the limbs definitely weren't going to fit, so instead of just hacking them off, I put some aluminum foil underneath so that the drippings would funnel into the pan. I also foiled the ears and snout to protect them from burning. You should also do this to the tail if you have a pig with a bigger tail, but this one had a little nubby one, so I didn't bother. I don't know if that's a normal thing for suckling pigs, or if this company just hacks them off before packing. For the cook time, it's about 15 minutes per pound at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and then you finish it off at 45 minutes at about 450 degrees. If you have an oven that's good with holding heat, you can baste with drippings every 30 minutes or so. My oven's 25 plus years old, and it does not hold heat well, so I just waited until after the initial cooking was complete before slathering on some rendered oil to the skin. And as I mentioned before, it goes back into the oven around 450 degrees. And then after the final stint, this pig was golden and crispy, just like the average Floridian retiree. I removed all the foil, which was a pain in the ass, and then I removed the pig from the rack, which was also a pain in the ass. I should have greased both, but I assumed the pig would have enough fat to keep itself from sticking, but clearly I was wrong. I ended up making a nice bed of kale for the pig to rest on, and then garnished it with some radishes and rosemary. I'm sorry to say that you'll not get the satisfaction of listening to the crispy skin being carved up, because everyone was starving and just fed up with me trying to make this into content. But I can say, the skin was extremely crispy, and it was the sweetest pork I've ever had in my life. I hope I was able to do this little fella some justice.